So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. And oh, the castle's gone, we are back in business, baby. And we are looking at 1/12 scale figures again. We're looking at the Jada Toys Cyberpunk Edgerunners Lucy figure. I got mine from Amazon. I think Big Bad Toy Store has their shipment in now. Go to your vendor of choice. I've been excited about this. I've definitely been, you know me, Jada Toys right now has been absolutely knocking it out of the park. So just on the merits alone, I think it's worth giving a try for this one. It's a little on the pricier side, and we're going to get into that as well. Very unique box with the chip-shaped one, but I think it's pretty neat. Listen, I had the game for, I think, a week before I returned it. Like, that was back before they put the patches and everything on there. If I recall, I want to say that this box is in the shape of one of the chip things that you can get. You get a little bit of the cartoon back here of the characters. I do have the Roman key, whatever, gun girl coming in on that one. We'll see if they make the rest of the cast. It's kind of neat it would be neat if they do. That being said, stuff. Yeah, we want to talk toys, and let me tell you, I'm excited getting back to some good old-fashioned action figures. Dumb thing. The plastic tray is in the same shape as the box. If you're the type of person who likes to keep your boxes complete, open it from the bottom. Just like the Street Fighter figures. I should have thought of that before I did that, but oh well. So we've got Lucy out of the package. She's interesting. Very, very interesting. Sculpt work, lovely. I mean, I can feel especially in the boots down here, very well done here. And here's the neat thing, she's got this soft goods, kinda jacket thing going on here. I really can't say what it is. I like how it kind of just drapes over her shoulders, and the whole positions really well. But she does not have soft goods on the legs, but these are very well textured, so when you first look at it, you almost think they're soft goods, which is pretty neat, aesthetically. So I get I feel the cloth here, not so much there. I believe this is removable. I just don't want, it's probably just be a pain in the butt to do so, because you got to scooch it down and it's all stretchy. But I like the fact that this does not hinder much articulation at all. There is no butterfly joint. Keep that in mind. Well, let's hold on here. Double check here. Maybe there is. Is there? Hold on here. No, there is no butterfly joint. That was just a peg being loose. So keep that in mind. There is no butterfly joint there. It's actually it's decent on the articulation. You can bend the arm end. Almost as good, feels almost like how a Valaverse figure does it for their females, that you can kind of bring the arms in together. So it's not quite a butterfly, but they go close pretty well, which is nice. This is a double jointed elbow. Let me tell you, when you first get it out of the package, literally run your hand down the arm to feel the elbow joint, because it's kind of hard to tell before you start bending. And it is a double jointed elbow in there. Got a ball peg on the waist, which I love. There's sort of one on the torso, but I'll tell you right now, it's okay for teapot maneuvering, so just going side to side, but it really does not affect much on the ab crunch. You might be able to boil and pop it and do a little bit of carving in there. That is up to you. I'm not going to mess with this figure. Hips are a little disappointing. I'm going to say that now. We can look down here. Yeah, I know it doesn't look right, but it's just the T-joint on here. This figure, I think, would very, very much have benefited from drop-down hips. I think that would absolutely unlock a very good amount of posability on her. She does have a thigh swivel. Does not have a boot swivel. Never mind. She does have a boot swivel. It's very subtle. Well, I usually go up higher for it, so it is down here. T-Man 978 will be happy for that. Trying to tell if there's much of a ankle, and ankle pivot is okay. Yeah, it's there, and she does have peg holes. So like I had her in here, you can kind of get her too. a kind of a decent pose on there. Face sculpt, lovely. I love the gradient on the hair. I like that little soft plastic here. So it, you know, when you turn her head, the little hair here actually bends out of the way. I like that. On Marvel Legends, that would probably have been restricting it, or even some Joes. Heck, even some Action Force, they possibly could have restricted it. So this soft plastic here on the hair, very well thought out. Accessories, they're pretty neat. This is totally going to be an inspiration for my thumbnail. If I haven't already, I'm just letting you know. This absolutely will be. Still, we get another head sculpt, another alternate head sculpt. Hair's a little more flowy, I guess you could say, and a little more animated on the face. We get some alternate hands. I want to point out on all the hands, they've got this this little bit of paint on here. Again, I really didn't watch much of Edge Runner, so I couldn't tell you, and I feel guilty about that. I'm sorry, guys. I guess there's some kind of chip interface on there. That's pretty neat, because she is a cyborg. This hand does have the up and down. This is actually a pistol holding hand, and we do have a pistol. So that's of course goes well. We actually get 2 pistol holding hands. Get a fist, only 1 fist, which is kind of interesting. I guess she's not much of a puncher. And then we get a very, very rare cigarette hand, which I personally think is pretty neat. I've made a couple cigarettes for figures, and this does not happen too often. Finally, we get these 2 like neon laser cables. These are cool. These are actually wire, so they do bend. And when you take her sleeves and you push the sleeves up a little, there's a little hole right here, and this kind of ports right into there. These are probably some kind of like monofilament laser cutting things. Again, I really need to watch this show. I've heard very good things about it. So, and oh yeah, that's cool. You sit that on there. You can kind of whip that around, bring the hand back, bring that around back here, and it sort of holds it. It could have been, I guess it could have been thicker wire, possibly, but that's pretty neat. So I'm sure I'll mess with it probably before I finish up here. I might be able to get some good photos out of it. And I'm sure D Amazing has done, well, amazing things with it, because that's how he is. Really, he is awesome. That's not too bad, I have to say. You guys know when I do my final breakdowns, I do like to try to put them into a pose that kind of showcases them. Quick size comparison, just because she's over here. There is Pandora, and this is a tiny figure. I mean, she looks like a child compared to Pandora, and Pandora's crouching right here. Go ahead and bring Condor up here, and yeah. Huh. I need to bring in a Jada figure real quick. I'll be right back. Huh, conveniently in a similar pose, and yeah, this is definitely a tiny figure. Just had to point that out. Also want to see here again, just you know how Cammy is. Her leg allows her to get that really good low bend here. I cannot achieve that with Lucy here. I mean, I get it, it's with the aesthetics and all, but still, you kind of feel some of the limitations. Again, not a bad figure, but compared to some of their others, not their most articulated. So anyway, before I got distracted, final thoughts on her. I mean, sculpt is beautiful. And this is almost Figuarts-esque, or even Figma-esque, when it comes to the combination of soft goods with the hard sculpt on here. You know, everything's pinless, everything is smooth. I think a lot of the aesthetic is not hindering the figure as a figure. Is it Jada's most articulated? Not at all, but it absolutely does what she should be doing. Is she perfect? No. There's a few things, and I think it's just again with the design. These pegs are so tiny. When I was changing out the hands, you know, you feel like you got to be delicate with it. So that's one thing. I definitely want to be manhandling this figure. Second, this is going to be really dumb. This is absolutely dumb. But I would have loved a holster for the pistol. Seriously. You know me, I like being able to put all my gear on a character. I love how the whip, the laser whip is done. Come on, stand. There we go. I love how the laser whip is done. Seriously, that is probably one of the coolest effects. I can't even get spider webs made like that. So that is absolutely, that's where Jada gets inventive. And honestly, this is just a really good figure to showcase what Jada does best. I loved how they integrated the soft goods into here. Seconded only to Bison. So now, should you go out and buy it? I would say if you're big into the Edge Runners, absolutely. Action figure aficionado, I can't say. Well, if you're someone like me who just likes to buy cool things, absolutely. This would look really cool next to a Ghost in the Shell Major Kurosawa, now that I think about it. You know, I mean, hey, it's a cyborg. She's got the anime aesthetic, yes, but hey, you know, how you do photography and all this would probably go really well with some sci-fi stuff, just in general. Yeah, it is an adult aesthetic. Won't lie about that one. I mean, you see it, we all see it. I mean, she did come packaged with a cigarette, so this is not something you're going to see in the kids aisle, that's for sure. And that's not a bad thing. You know, this is an adult collectible, and it's designed for adults. Cool, which is probably one of the reasons why, the more fragile plastic and all. So I can't say, you know, oh my gosh, I regret buying it, because I don't. At the same time, if you passed on it, I can understand why. But I think it is pretty neat. And if you're curious about it, yeah, drop a couple bucks, drop the money on her. Thing is, she is more expensive than most Jada toys. She was about $30, $35, depending where you get her. Which, when you think about those new Storm collectible arena figures, $30, $35. So that's what we're competing with. But the way things are going with action figures, who knows what we'll be paying in the next couple months. Speaking of, dude, go check out the Hella Dope podcast. The one that was done most recently. If you're not, you know, depending when you watch this, seriously, the April 6th Hella Dope podcast, they do a great breakdown of how the tariffs work. Again, I'm not paid by them, but I definitely recommend checking that out, just to put some whole perspective on things. Anyway, I do have David. I will probably be breaking him out soon, and hopefully he'll be on the review table soon as well. And let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Please give this video a like. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.